Good afternoon, welcome to a special episode of VOLA TV. Today it's a community version, and this will serve as both an assembly to all of our students this afternoon, Friday the 25th of February, but it'll also go out to parents so we can share all of that information with everyone in our school community. I'm joined today by Matthew Boyle, our head teacher. Hello Matthew, how are you?
Hi Barry.
Lovely to see you.
Always lovely to see you too.
And first thing we really want to talk to you about, without too much further ado, is masks. There's going to be some changes to the rules around masks coming up.
Yeah, we thought we should just make this a brief discussion so that everyone in our community is aware of where we are. There are two changes coming very quickly now about masks, all announced by Nicola Sturgeon and the Scottish Government. As of Monday, after this coming weekend, that's the 28th of February, there is no longer a requirement for young people to wear face coverings in classrooms.
Okay.
The requirement won't exist for teachers either, but we want to emphasise that for any young person, that any teacher who still might feel vulnerable in class about their COVID safety, because COVID hasn't gone, it's just, as one newspaper headline said recently, we have somewhat defanged it as a society. But if you still feel that there's a vulnerability, it's absolutely okay to continue to wear a face covering, absolutely okay. And the second change that's coming?
And then the 21st of March, there's a bigger change, isn't there?
Yes. Yeah, and the 21st of March, all of the COVID restrictions by and large are gone. So up until the 21st of March, that's basically another 3 weeks or so, roughly.
3 weeks
after this Monday, we still have to remember to wear our face coverings in school, in corridors, in social areas, except when you're eating, and that's important. We as a school follow the guidelines. We're not doing anything other than just what the government tells us to do. So Monday, face coverings in classes, not compulsory anymore, but still compulsory around the big social areas of the school, and then 3 weeks later, only voluntary wearing of face coverings will be required.
Brilliant. Okay, well that's good news. That's
good.
Something to look
especially
forward
in the
to.
run up to the exams, we want people to be able to watch their teacher, and hear them clearly.
Brilliant.
I think that's probably been part of the drive in the government's thinking.
Nice as we move into summer. Yeah. The other thing, as we move into summer, every year in a school we've got to write a timetable.
And I believe that's your special job
this
year.
That's my special job this year. So, as you know, if you're in S2, S4 or S5, you've been doing your options this week. They've got to be finished today. So there's very, very few that aren't done now, but if yours aren't done, get them done today, please. All right. Otherwise, what we've got to do is we've got to haul you out of class next week, and it's a pain. It's a nuisance, and it means you'll miss 10 minutes of your class to come up to the library to get caught up in options. So we don't want that to happen. Please make sure you get them done this week. And S3 report cards are going out today, and we'll get those out today, and then S3 students will be making their options next week. So the whole same process has happened for S2, 4 and 5 this week. That will happen for S3 next week, and then it'll be down to the job of writing the timetable. Make sure that you get as many of your first choices as possible. Hopefully all of you will.
And our parent council last night were asking, how do you do those options? So for families, it's important to know that these options are online. You can do them on your mobile phone, you can do them on a computer at home, with or without parent help, and ultimately, if anyone's stuck, we always sort you out. We always help.
Phone the reception at school, phone our school office. They'll give you usernames, passwords, and they'll give you the address for the website, and it's really self-explanatory. It is actually quite intuitive. Once you log on, you just have to put in some numbers, some ticks beside what you want to choose. So if you want to help your son or daughter with that over the remaining hours of the process, then you'll have the opportunity to do that.
Great.
So another exciting thing going on. We've also got again, as we do every year, getting into April, May, and then right at the beginning of June, got senior phase exams. Except I said every year, we've not for the last 2 years. So.
That's true, yeah. But we have been taking very seriously improving school performance as a whole community, and for our community. We care deeply about this, and we're very proud to say that our big measure is numbers of passes. Just sheer certificates in young people's hands, and we got better and better each year for a few years. Even in last year's so-called alternative certification model, when it was done internally in school, we were very, very rigorous about checking what the evidence was we had, and we were generous, to people, in taking into account the COVID challenges they'd had, but we were also still very realistic. The bottom line is, Mr. Wright in particular tracks this data, and we meet regularly with our curriculum leaders, and again, we're looking as if we're online to have another step up.
I don't know if there will be many schools in Scotland that will make another step up this year after last year, because as Mr. Puttle said, the alternative certification model would maybe have lent itself to being more generous than necessary, but this year I'm so pleased when I'm looking at the numbers, and that's huge credit to you, our students at the school, to the families who are nagging the students at our school to work as hard as they can, and of course the teachers in the school. So it's going really well. We have got 5 weeks until the Easter holiday, and when we're back after Easter, it's 4 days that we're back for. That's it. So, nothing is won or lost yet. Make sure that you're working as hard as you possibly can. 10%, I think that's a good number to talk about. You can add 10% on to your grade between now and the exam by putting in as much work as you can, by attending supported study where it's available. We're going to have an Easter study, Easter revision on during the holidays, so get along to that if it's there for the subjects that you're studying. Just work as hard as you possibly can. It's only a matter of 7, 8, 9 weeks until your exams will be done, so work as hard as you can, and you will get your rewards for it. There's no question of that.
And please don't think we're saying that 10% is a glass ceiling on what you can put 40% on your score. You really can if you work steadily and hard. What we're saying is you can easily put 10%. So if you're on track for a D, you can turn that into a C easily. A B can turn into an A. You get the picture here.
Absolutely.
And attendance is still important, because there are some exams with a last minute assignment as part of that. And honestly, imagine how it feels for those teachers chasing young people because they're off, because it's Friday and they think they'll have a long weekend in the run up. Just being straight with you, as a community here, just because it's so important that young people are there and they're not missing a lesson because a teacher has to put them into a room somewhere to sit and work through an assessment that they missed, that they'll do badly because they're probably not getting the same support for it at that point. So honestly, the last 5 or 6 weeks make us proud, and it's not just for us, it's for our whole community. We're on track to do well. Let's all pull together and make even better results happen for everyone's futures.
We've got a big poster out there, Matthew. It says you'll find your future in this building. Well, you will, but also your future's in your own hands at the minute. Alright, so like Mr. Puck said, work. Really put the work in, get an exam, a planner, a timetable, study timetable out, do your very best, and you will get your rewards, I promise. The other thing, just very briefly to round off the show, or the assembly, both a show and an assembly, is Young Scott cards.
Yeah, last night at our parent council meeting, which is virtual at the moment, and you're all very welcome to attend that monthly, so we'll put out reminders on social media, and parent council will also be doing that shortly. But they mentioned that they were concerned that some people may not know that you can get free bus travel if you're between 5 years old and 18 years old. 21, so 5 years old and 21 years old. So, but what you have to do is make sure your Young Scott card is up to date. So if you need any help with that, if you found the forums online or any of the application process difficult, we will help you, of course. We don't know how big that problem is though, but if you let us know if you're finding that hard, we'll see what we can do. Perhaps we could put aside time one day and try and help everyone. So let us know. Free bus travel, that's a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. You might have heard the tannoy there. That's when we record in school. That's the S3 reports coming out now, so look forward to getting them tonight. All right. Well, thank you very much.
It's like a BBC newsroom, isn't it? With real stuff happening in the background. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, thank you, everyone. Have a great day if you're still in school, and have a great weekend, all of you. Thank you.
Bye.